Gonna go and see Derek and pick up his E-Type down near Doncaster. Quite a fella, really. Borrowed some money off the local landlord to pay for this E-Type. Been thinking of 40 years. Cut the boot floor out of it, took the back axle out of it and stuff to do some work. I'd never finished it, never put it back together. So she's up on casters, really, at the moment. So it'll either winch on the trailer straight on, no problem at all, or it'll be a disaster. I don't know which.
I thought it was beautiful. Somebody at Ferrari said that, I think. They thought it was the most beautiful car in the world, and I think they were right.
For the best part of 40 years, retired engineer Derek Higgins has had a full-on motoring icon lurking in his garage. But now, the time's come to say goodbye.
I had a Cortina estate car, which I wanted to shut off. One day a chappie came and parked outside the gate. In that, he said, I've got 2 red set of dogs, I can't get them in the E-Type. So he said, yeah. I said, leave that here, take the Cortina estate car. He said he needed a few £100. So I went across the road to the pub, asked him if I could borrow some money till tomorrow. The chappie drove off in the estate car, parked the E-Type in the garage. It's been there ever since. It was a star in its own right. I read the history of it, how it would be designed, etc. So I thought, I've got one. The plan was to restore it. A friend who I knew said, I'll come and help you. So we worked on it for about a week. We chopped bits off it, like the wheel arches and things, and that's as far as it got. I bought a new boot floor straight away, and I bought some wheel arches. The wheel arches and the boot floor there got shot blasted and painted, actually, ready to go in, but I never got that far. There's the back axle. I've never touched the engine at all. Everything's as it was when it came.
So do we think it would still run, or is it hard to say?
Well, it should do. It's only a mechanical device. If electrics all work and there's fuel in it, I would think it'll go. Carburetors are still in place. Everything's coupled up still, as far as I know. It should work, yeah. I've had lots of conversations about E-Types with people I've met, sort of in a pub or socially. They said, oh, you've got an E-Type? Yeah, so I told them about it. And it's been good. I've enjoyed having it. But I've never used it. It sounds a bit silly, but there it is. That's me. I got other doing other things like building boats and going sailing. And every weekend we were sailing at Bridlington, and my granddaughter just started sailing now. I've got my granddaughter's boat to finish at the top of the drive yet, and she stood at the door now waiting, laughing. The deck for it's there. The side panels are down there. I couldn't get to them because E-Type were in the way, but now I can, but the boat can come in now. There's other things to do by the time I've got left. So that's time to move it on, let somebody else have it, and see if they make a job of it, hopefully.
Near Doncaster, Paul's come mob-handed with son Charlie, Mick and Poppy the dog to collect Derek Higgins' E-Type.
Come on, Pops. Little Pops. Are we all right, then?
Ish.
Ish. Right, what we got then, Derek? We got car and a load of bits, are we?
All the back axle
on them pallets
is there, and those are the knock-on wheel.
All right, yes, yes.
And that one.
Yeah.
There's 2 fuel pumps.
Bit of bright work, yeah. And you got them wheels down. I told you not to go up in that loft and get them wheels down.
Where is he?
Jack.
He went up.
Operation E-Type removal.
How are we going to do it?
We are going to, we hope, winch it in its entirety up onto here in one lump, just like that. But I've got to strap it to the frame first, and then that's why we commandeered Mick's van. Mick's got a nice little winch on it, we're just nice and steady, pull the whole thing on. And then all the bits in the back of his van, and off we go home. Lovely. So it should all go to plan.
As long as it doesn't fall off, and as long as it stops, then we're away, yeah.
Yeah, you're all right, go on.
It's going to bend that pipe.
Hang on, Mick.
It's bending that pipe, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? I think if we just strap the front bogie to the back bogie,
yeah,
then I think we'll be OK, won't we? The front to the back, Charlie. The front one to the back one. That's it. Go for it, Mick.
Do you want a bit of plate for there?
Have we got a bit? That'll do us. Just take that step off, won't it? Ah, you're all right. Perfect. Ideal. A lot of guys out there can do a lot of the work themselves, and a lot of guys out there want to do it their way. Derek there's already made a good start, look, you know. You can see exactly what it wants and exactly what you've got to do. Simple as that. You'll end up with a lovely car, won't you? A lovely, usable car. My gut tells me it's probably going to do sort of somewhere mid to late teens. A nice shiny one is like 50-ish, aren't they? Somewhere 45, 55, somewhere there. But not everyone's got that sort of money to start with. And there's a lot of clever lads out there who'll do that car in-house and cost themselves not a lot of money. Like you or I could turn that out looking lovely, couldn't we, if we wanted to? But I hope it goes to an enthusiast who can do a lot themselves, and they'll end up with a £50,000 E-Type owing them 30. But I think we agreed about 15k, which I think will then make it very appealing and drum up some interest. Simple as that, really. Hey, Pops, you're all right, little Pops. Little Pops is all right. Right, Derek, we're going to scoot. Good to see you.
Thank you, lad. Nice to meet you.
See you probably next week, Jack.
Bye.
Oh, bye-bye, Carl.
Back at base, the E-Type has landed. And Derek's training the new work experience student.
She's learning to drive. She won't be long before she's auctioneering. There you go. There she goes. Your paws up there. Look up. Look up. There you go. Look this way, Iris. There you go. Good girl. Good girl she is. Good girl. There you go. It's funny, isn't she? You stay there. Well, the fact of the matter is, in the car. In the car. Go on, in. Stay there. We used to say a long time ago, if you're going to restore something, make sure you restore something with an end value, like £25,000 at least, in which E-Types fell into that group. Now, of course, there may be 55 or 75 or 85 or whatever it might be, whichever model. Because anything with much less value than that, you couldn't really afford to restore. This is the trade restoring it to sell on, that's what I meant. If you had to pay somebody to do it, then, I mean, it don't stack up anyway, whatever way you look at it. But if you want an E-Type, and you want a £75,000 or £80,000 E-Type, but you've only got 25, then this is the kiddie, isn't it? A lot of work.
Well, I was going to say, anyone who's getting this, they're going to know what they're doing, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, if they don't now, they will at the end of it, that's for sure. Worthwhile project for somebody who's got more time than they have money. That's a good way of putting it. And it's going to make somewhere between 15 and 20 grand anyway. If you're on limited funds, then you have to buy the best you can for the money you got, and this is probably going to be it.
Looks like a supercar because it's on stilts. Look at it.
It looks strange, doesn't it? It looks like it's flying.
Got a lot of potential, hasn't it? Bodywork looks good. Don't look anything major. I mean, it's missing some wheels, admittedly, but do you know what I love though? When you look at the front, do you think it looks like it's smiling? It just looks happy, doesn't it?
I never smile.
You always smile, Charlie, when you're sitting in here with us.
65 Jaguar E-Type. Loads of interest from me. Those of you that are not too observant will notice that there are one or two bits not attached to it. In your hands completely.
15 till 15.
Whereabouts? Got lots more bids than that, mate.
Yeah.
15, 15.5, 16, 16.5, 19.
Yeah.
19,500
Yeah.
on the telephone. 20,000 on the internet. Third and last time, 20,000. Thank you, gentlemen.
Me and Mick and Charlie went and collected this one, and Poppy. It's an easy restoration, really, truthfully. I suggested the 15, just on 20k, which was about what we sort of thought right from the off, but we wanted it to be appealing. So yeah, that's good.
You go in the back of a barn, you find something which hasn't flown for 70 years, you bring it back, you strip it down and then you sell it, and you see a customer fly away in it. That's really great that you sort of stopped it dying, you put all the love back into it, and you've got to look after what you've got.
On a World War II airfield in the Cotswolds, aeronautical engineer Tom Gilbert is in the business of keeping history alive. Together with his brother William, they've spent the last decade restoring these icons of the sky.
Most of the fun is a restoration. You go and buy it in an auction, you don't know what you're buying, you take it apart, or whatever you find, it's tough luck, you've got to fix it, and then at the end you have something which you're proud of and it's finished.
But now, Tom's swapped 2 wings for 4 wheels. Well, actually, more a box of bits and a shell that was once the E-Type Jag.
We picked up a car that was, it looked complete. It looked good in the pictures. Someone had started it, pulled the wheels off, and then run out of steam.
Show me what was worse than you thought and what was better than you thought.
Well, there was nothing that was better than we thought. All the floors were rotten when we pulled the carpets out. All of the engine frames were rotten, so we had another set of frames. The lower bulkhead panels all need replacing.
Where is the bit that makes it go?
I've got too many projects to do the engine myself, so we've shipped it off to someone to try and have a few bits done so that we can actually ever finish the project. You know, we have to get the balance right, otherwise the business model doesn't work. I'm going to keep it forever, so that's the only way you can justify doing a restoration like this, is if it's something you want and you wanted to have it forever. Otherwise, it just doesn't make any sense. We've only done really a couple of months' work on it since we've had it, and I'm hoping I'll be able to drive it to have my Christmas dinner or something like that, you know.
Which Christmas?
So hopefully this one, because otherwise I'll get another project and then I'll have forgotten about this one. And my missus has said I can't have any more, so, you know, I've got to finish something before then.
And with only one daily driver on the road, out of 15 cars between Tom and his brother, there's a long restoration road ahead.
This is my Series 3 1971 Land Rover project that I'm doing a full, complete restoration on. It was one of my dad's old ones. We dragged out the hedge here. I guess the hard part is, being an aircraft engineer, you don't change your standards in life, so sometimes I have to just tell myself it's a Land Rover rather than doing everything to an airworthy standard.
We've got a GT6 conversion. This is one of your projects you haven't got so far with.
And then another MGA at the front there.
Yeah.
So when are all these going to be ready then, chaps?
On a Tuesday.
Yeah.
On a Tuesday.
One summer.
You know,
really?
Yeah. We should really just buy them and drive them, but, you know, we start taking bits off, you know, take one bit off and you think we better take another bit off, and before you know it, it's in lots of boxes in the back of the hangar.
So the only one car that's running is the MG Midget?
Yeah.
For now, it looks like the E-Type has landed lucky, with an on-site team of electricians, painters and upholsters.
Me on my own, if it was me doing it, there's no way I'd finish it. You've got to have a team of people, whether it's a team of people who work with you, friends, family or professional garage, more than one man's life. No, there's no regrets, because, you know, when we're done at the end, we're going to have a car that's absolutely as I want it. I know it's right, and, you know, if it takes you another year or two to do it, it doesn't really matter, because there's 30, 40 years of enjoyment hopefully coming up.